This is happiness, to be everything at once. Be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Mood Prep. My name is Dave Nixon, and today, I don't know, I want to go back to like a classic kind of conversation around, it's almost like it's related to external validation, it's related to external authority. External validation is actually conditional esteem, just to clarify that, okay? So the need for external validation means that you don't feel in you that you deserve to feel good, that you're of value without actually there being conditions in front of it, right? It's like there's terms and conditions when you're trying to purchase value for yourself, rather than going, well, actually I could just have it for free. It's you've agreed to these terms and conditions that were given to a younger age. So that's actually what that means, right? So this idea of external validation means that we don't come with it, batteries not included, we need to get it from somewhere else, and that's a lie. That's not true at all. So that's some decent personal inner work, and I think there's a lot of us that will find it difficult to truly grasp that and continue to work on that over time. And this is the thing, is that all of this is fucking work. There is no magic pill. There's no magic like hypnotized shit. It doesn't mean that people that have been hypnotized in the past haven't received a long-term result. I'm not saying that. What I'm getting at here is that if we're longing for a short-term solution to a long-term problem, then that there is your fucking problem, right? You want the result without doing the work. And how has that worked for you in the past? It created the problem. So, the reframing of how we view these things and go, it's not about, having to do it for years. It's like, no, I just have to do it today. I have to work on this shit every single day, right? And one of the things that's worth working on is knowing this. Someone else's opinion of you is not your reality, right? We need to understand this. Somebody else's thoughts of you doesn't necessarily mean that is you. This is the same shit. It's external authority. It's just handing your power over, to somebody else's opinion of you. And like, maybe you go, but I really look up to this person. It's like, yeah, but you should also really look up to you. And it's really crucial. I mean, I work on this with all my clients in the gym, other PTs, like, individuals in the public service realm. It's just like this. External authority is all well and good. To get understanding from other people is all well and good. But if we aren't able to actually check that against our own internal authority, then we're constantly at victim to what other people think and say about us. And it's like, get that feedback, sure. But at the same time, what makes you think that person's not just doing that because they've had a shitty fucking day? So someone's got a shitty fucking day, they spit it on you. Now you've had a shitty fucking day because they spat it on you. So now you're going to go do that to someone else. Stop the cycle. This is the idea of conditional esteem, and conditional esteem comes down to this idea of like, I'm worth value without somebody's approval, without the need to look a particular way, right? This is crucial. We can struggle with this for years, and people do. Fuck. And so, people go, it's hard to do it the other way. It's like, yeah, it is. But it's harder not to. See, this is the thing, and I've said it fucking before. You have to choose. Everything in life is hard. You have to choose your hard, right? You either choose the hard of going through and doing the work now, or you choose the hard of regretment. There you go, new word. Regretting and never actually fucking doing, never being you. Always being a version that you hope won't offend someone. Fuck that person, because that person is a coward. You see, this is the thing about like. The interesting thing with cowardice is like that is not the opposite of courage, right? We need to understand this part as well. Is like being a coward is conforming for the sake of conforming, right? Being courageous is removing all of the things you're not in order to let yourself be yourself. And this is the reason being because playing small does not serve anyone. Well, just because it doesn't offend a few people close to you, what, just because you've got history? Are you going to teach your kids to do that shit as well? What about your clients? Yeah, you go home and you pull your fucking mask off. And who are you really, right? And you're not that person either at home because you're just fatigued and tired from pretending all day. I hope this is personal for you. I hope this hits a fucking chord because it's meant to. Who are you deciding to show up as? Because showing up as you is not a decision because you just be you, right? That's it. You're deciding not to be all of the other personality traits that you use to hide the real you. The real you is present, and the real you is able to show up. The real you has worth for being just as they are without the conditions of having to look a particular way, wear a particular clothing brand, and drive a particular car, have a particular job. They're all fucking labels, right? This is the difference of seeing a little girl in a dress and going, you know, you look beautiful, or that's a beautiful dress. There's two things at play with that. You look beautiful is showing them conditional esteem based on what they're wearing, right? That's a beautiful dress is saying you're beautiful as you are. You're perfect as you are because you're a human being showing up as a human being, and that dress is really nice, right? So fucking subtle. And this is why it's not about going, you know, I had a really good childhood. Why do I have some issues and struggles now? It's like, no. You don't have to have trauma in your childhood to have things that still don't work in your life today as an adult. That's why they're called childhood patterns. They are patterns that we heard, right? Hearing your parents go, there's never enough hours in the day, and that gets embedded in your mind. Now it's back in your subconscious somewhere. That's still ruling a fucking frame for you, right? You really value family time. You got yourself a little family, but you can't seem to get on top of work, you know? But hey, I really want to spend time with my family. But in the back of your mind, it's like, never enough hours in the day. I wish there was more hours in the day. Why do you wish there was more hours in the day? Because if I gave you more hours, guess what the fuck you would do with those hours? You would fill them up with shit. If we can't do it with the hours we have, what makes you think more hours is going to free it up? Right? It's the same. It's like, oh, I need to earn more money. It's like you're spending more than you're earning. If you got more money, you would spend more than you earn. The cycle doesn't fucking change. And so it's understanding there's these other shit happening, these other things at play. From childhood patterns, childhood conversations, from the meaning we made of things that make a really big difference to how we view the world today. Really big difference. And the thing here is that that's not you. That is not you. They are traits that you lean into based on stress or security. Right? Get that. These behaviors are traits that you lean into based on stress or security. They are not you. Then who the real am I? The real am I? Good English, Dave. Who really am I? Right? Do the Enneagram. I've talked about heaps. Enneagram. E-N-N-E-A. Gram, right? G-R-A-M. The reason why I say that is that that's not a personality test. It's an indication of the things you do that keep you from being who you truly are, right? Like one of my top ones is a type 7, right? The enthusiastic individual. And here's the thing, the more stressed I get, the more scattered I get. I do everything, but I don't get anything done, right? And these are the behavioral traits that I learned younger in my childhood that effectively help run my frame today if I'm not careful, because I'm not in the present moment. I'm not here right now. I'm running patterns from the past. I'm running patterns that worked for me when I was fucking 9 or 10. They no longer work for me now as a 30-year-old, right? So here's the thing. If I'm just running automatically, I'm not showing up in the world today as I am, and I'm actually showing up as a more immature version of myself because that was me creating those patterns as 10. I'm missing so much of the world, and I'm missing so much of my potential. And that's just me. Everyone else sits in that same barrier. So, it's work, team. You got to do it. Start there. If you have questions, fucking inbox me. I'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction. Stop being a bitch and be like, oh, I don't want to annoy someone. I just figured it out on my own. While you sit there and complain, figure it out. If you got some sort of discomfort, if you got a problem, if you got something sitting there, how much longer, this is a genuine question, at what point do you know it's time to do something about it? When you lose your closest person, hey? When you lose your job again, right? What's the point? Like, seriously, when is that going to happen? When will you know it's time to really work on yourself? Think about that answer. Team, I'm out. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, jump on Facebook and search Mood Prep Online. Come into the group. Otherwise, that's it. I'll give a plug. If you're a PT, a coach, or a trainer, then you should jump into the coaches circle. I had someone recently contact me from Minnesota, asking me if I had things that were more local or did more them or remote. And I'm like, yeah, actually, a lot of my coaching is remote. Most of the stuff that I do is actually remote. So if you're one of those people that's interested, then just check it out. Send me a message. I'd be more than happy to have a chat. Always more than happy to have a chat. Otherwise, if you found this beneficial, it would mean the world to me if you'd pass it on to someone that you think would also find it beneficial. And team, I'll see your faces. Well, I won't, actually. But I'll be with you tomorrow if you choose to download again. Much love, big love. Until tomorrow. Peace and pizza. Kick today in the dick. Slay the dragon. I'll see you soon.